Hello, are you out there? It's Mark with Redo Over, and we're back to Mu 2, Master of Orion 2, the original from the mid-90s. We're going to be starting a new campaign, and we have come up with, me and some of the other fans, we've just done a little bit of discussion. We're going to try a telepath, diplomatic negotiation trade sort of idea. Not so heavy on the combat, although I've come up with a pretty clever roleplay idea. So, let's do our initial game setup here real quick. Let's talk about this. I'm not going to play this on Impossible. So I've done some huge Galaxy 8-player Impossible. I've actually tried quite a few different builds over the last couple of weeks. I've had a week off here from making videos for you guys. So I've tried quite a bit of play. Impossible is challenging, especially if you're not using a very high-level plan, or you're not playing ahead into the galaxy, finding out exactly what stars you've got to go to first, and then like rewinding it back to make sure every play goes exactly as you want. That's one way of like winning on Impossible. I want to play on hard mode though. Hard is really very well set to where if you're not playing aggressively, you're not making smart choices, you run the risk of losing. But it still allows you to really put out a lot of flavor, a lot of role play, and it lets you play around with different builds that are very creative and just kind of have a good time with it. So because we're going to be relying on probably a charismatic, telepath, spying, we need all these things. That means that species relies heavily on having access to other aliens. Other alien species, because you need to be making negotiations, you need deals with them, trade treaties, you need to be spying on them to steal their technology. So because of that, we don't want a huge galaxy. We want a medium galaxy, I dare say. Small is a little too small. Is about 20 planets. I think medium hits around 30, 35, 36 planets. The other thing to keep in mind about galaxy size, I did play through on a huge galaxy this last week and I had a win, but I think I ended up at like 50 colonies by the time I grabbed a victory, or victory was inevitable. And I personally don't like managing that many systems. It gets bogged down, and there's an auto build feature, but I would find a lot of my colonies that were only say half developed, where they still had like 25 buildings that needed to be built. I would put it on auto build, and they would be stuck on trade goods, and I didn't put it there. And it's just frustrating that the auto build is so unreliable. I'm out of coffee. So what I find is when you play on the smaller medium galaxy, there's just a lot less star systems. There's a lot less planets, so you can reach a win, say on medium, by maybe controlling 15 or 20 colonies. On a smaller galaxy, you can reach a win by controlling 10 colonies, which is perfect. So anywhere from 10 to 20 colonies, I find manageable. I find that it doesn't slow the game down too much, but you start hitting up to 40, 50, 60 colonies under your control. In the late game, every turn, 4, 5, 6 of those colonies will have finished their build queue, and you've got to reload it. So like say you've got 50 colonies, and every round, 6 of them have finished their entire build queue. You reload the build queue the next turn, 6 more have finished their build queue. And because the build queue is only like 6 or 7 deep, 7 times 6 is a large number. 42? Oh god. Oh my gosh, 6 times 6 is 36. 42. So there you go, 42 colonies with 7 items in a build queue divided by 6 means every 6 turns you're going through that list over and over and over, and it just bogs down play. That's my point. I'm sorry, I've talked about this a long time, but some people don't understand that. Some people, I think all of us have that inclination when we're playing a game like this to be like, I'm going to blow it out. I'm going to go huge, the biggest galaxy, the most of everything. I'm going to make a massive fleet. Because in your mind, it's like the 8-point buck. It's the biggest challenge, but it's not really the most fun. It really isn't, because you get so much headroom, so much extra time managing those massive fleets, all the things going on, all the build queues. Medium galaxy, or I'd say large at the most, is the sweet spot for being able to make a play. But beyond that, the medium galaxy means that all the alien species are going to be closer to us, meaning that we get to meet them sooner. We get to make trade treaties, alliances, spy on them. We need access to the aliens for this build to really thrive. And so that's the main reason why we're playing on medium. So for our personal play preference and to make this build work. Anytime you're going to be making a custom creative build in Master of Orion, or even playing one of the preset species, make sure you're thinking about how you set up this initial new game screen to make it work for your character build. Trust me, I tried this very build on a huge, on impossible, and got wiped out every time. I tried like 5 or 6 playthroughs, never even came close, because every other alien species was out producing and out technologying me for the first 10 years. And I had only met 2 of the aliens. I had a couple of trade treaties and some deals, and then some repulsive alien would come in with like twice my tech level and 3 times my fleet size, and didn't care about trade treaties or negotiating, would just annihilate me over and over. I don't want to say it's impossible, but it was just like the way the impossible mode for them on that huge galaxy works. They're able to grow too fast. There's too little resistance early on. They explode out, and I'm just sitting here with no production boost, no research boost, just trying to negotiate my way to a win. And I had lost by year 10. I had lost by frickin' year 8 probably. So here we go. Galaxy age average. I'm not, you have your organic rich, your mineral rich. Let's go average. I'm not trying to do any preference on that. I'm going to go 8 players because I want as many negotiations and trade treaties. So it's a little overcrowded, but again, it works in my favor. It gives the alien AIs less room to breathe before they become contested. So it puts a downward pressure on their expansion, because I'm not going to expand fast, but I need access to them. It fills up that little medium galaxy with juicy. I've got a great RP build for you guys too. And then pre-warp, of course. I think in general, all of us pretty much play at pre-warp now. Tactical combat, random events, anti-terrorist attack. I will point out real quickly, if you were ever to try and do a feudal / warlord, like a military build where you're going to build a lot of ships, maybe you've got bonuses to ship offense, ship defense, warlord, feudalism, you would probably want to play it like an average post-warp advanced, because your little society is going to have a tech boost relative to everyone else. You'll be able to make good, effective ships right away, even though you're feudal and your research is halved. And then you can get to that. You can build those ships right off the start in mass and try and conquer the galaxy that way. So that's really where you would take that in more advanced technology, in my opinion. But in general, I don't think we need that. We're going to go with pre-warp, and I leave everything else on. I want random events, to see what happens. Except, okay, so let's hit a custom. I am going to go with, and I've already got it built up, but I'm going to go into the Illyrians here, show you how the build is. I'm taking Illyrians because I don't want another telepath species out there. That's right, by building a telepath species, I can mind control entire planets, and that's a key part of the strategy and the fun of this, is that you don't have to deal with troop transports. So I'm going to play as the Illyrians to remove them from the board. Now, the only other way an alien species could resist my telepathic takeover is if they have a telepathic leader in a star system. That leader can protect those planets in that star system from telepathic mind control, in which case we'll probably need to delete them from the galaxy. Here we go, Illyrian. So we're going to clear this out. So we are playing Telepath. So this is going to mean a couple of things. Let's talk about this real quick. Let's take a look. This first episode we might just spend 30 minutes talking about this build here. Telepathic races are capable of reading the minds of other beings, allowing them to exactly isolate the motivations of anyone they're attempting to negotiate with. So as a result, we'll get a plus 25% diplomatic bonus when conducting negotiations. They're 25% more likely to agree to our treaties. We want that. So it means we need a bunch of aliens around to negotiate with. So to take advantage of our traits. We're going to talk about all the advantages and detriments to the traits we're picking. So, telepaths also use their ability to mind control. A telepathic fleet with at least one cruiser or larger ship can mind control an entire planet. instead of bombarding or invading. What that tells us is that we don't need ground combat. We're not invading, so we're going to take that -2 to ground combat. Just trying to point that out right here. Let's look at the other part, though, of our telepath. Because we are going to be mind controlling entire planets, the vast majority of our population will not be our species. It's going to be alien species. Because of that, we're going to take low G world. Now, what low G does is a couple of things. It means that low G troopers are weaker and suffer a -10 ground combat penalty. We don't care. That works with our -10 we already took to ground combat because we're telepathically taking over. So we're mitigating that detriment here. And beyond which, colonists operating can only operate on low G worlds without penalty. They suffer half the heavy G penalty on normal G worlds and the full heavy G penalty on heavy G worlds. So again, the vast majority of the inhabitants of our empire will not be our species. So they'll be native to the worlds we mind control them on. So low grav is a perfect way to take that. The final thing we're going to do is we're just going to take a -2 to ship defense. It is what it is. There's no real way to offset that. We're just going to bite the bullet because we want those -2. So let's jump back into telepathic. Anything else we get here? Yes. Finally, telepathic spies are extremely adept at evading enemy agents and receive a +10 bonus to all spy actions. Yeah, we'll take that. So you can see here we have 19 total picks, and we're choosing telepathic to start with. Next, we want to be charismatic, right there, for 3 more picks. Let's click on that. Races which are extremely charismatic are quick to make allies and can almost always talk themselves out of problems. This ability doubles the effect of all good diplomatic action and halves that of all negative ones. This is very handy when you are spying. I believe getting caught spying on an enemy is considered a negative diplomatic action, and I think this makes the consequence of getting caught spying much smaller. So this works because we're going to be spying. When proposing deals, charismatic races have a +50% bonus to their chance of the opponent accepting the deal. This should work, as far as I understand it, with the 25% chance from being telepathic. I hope they stack. I've never been quite clear, but I believe that'll give us a total of +75% to them accepting our deals. That's really good. It means we're going to get the deals we want right away. That's perfect. This last little part can be oftentimes overlooked, but we won't overlook it. Charismatic races attract more legendary officers and leaders, having their hiring cost and increasing the frequency with which heroes ask to be hired. In addition, they double the rate at which conquered colonists are similar. Okay, we don't care about that. Heroes. We will get more heroes coming to us, better heroes for cheaper, is what this means. Now, the fact that we're playing on a medium galaxy size means that you only get 8 colony leaders and you get 8 ship captains. Well, if you're playing on a huge galaxy, it really waters down the potency of those 8 total leaders you're ever going to get. If you play on a small galaxy, you get 8 leaders. You play on a huge galaxy, you get 8 leaders. You get 8 leaders all the time. So conceptually, the smaller the galaxy you're playing in, the more potent your leaders are, because the 8 of them cover more of your fleets, they cover more of the colonies you control. Especially think if you're playing on a small galaxy with 20, 22 star systems, you're going to control a quarter of them. Well, that's about 5, and you've got 4 leaders. So the vast majority of your star systems will have leaders applied to them. You're playing on a huge galaxy with, I don't know, 80 star systems, you control 20, then you're lucky if 1 out of 4 of your star systems has a leader. So you could see that by playing on a medium galaxy, it plays to the strength of us having leaders. Now, there's one other thing to consider here. Leaders cost BC, billion credits, galactic credits up front to hire. We realistically need a way to generate more BC early on because we don't want to miss out on being able to hire a leader who's, say, going to cost 400 BC and we don't have it, and then 10 turns later, another one comes along and wants to get hired, and we need 400 more. So we need to mitigate or make sure that we can get the heroes we want, the leaders we want when they come along. Thus, we need a way to either have more BC here or through democracy. This will give us a 50% bonus to BC. I'm going to go with democracy. I select that for 7 points. Let's read over democracy real quick. The people elect representatives to run the government. No single body of people directly controls the government, and the personal freedoms are greatest of all forms of government. Defensive agents receive a -10 bonus due to the emphasis on personal freedoms. So this is kind of tough, but we can hopefully offset it with our spine and our telepathy. Our defensive agents won't be so good, but our offensive spies will be really good. So, but we can totally mitigate that out. Democracies assimilate captured population at a rate of 1 per turn, 1 every 4 turns. That doesn't matter. We're going to mind control everyone, so we get it instantly. So that doesn't really help us. Here we go, though. Due to the free exchange of ideas, all research generated by scientists is increased by 50%. That is the one thing we'll produce in abundance, essentially, with this species will be research. We're not like crazy research, but it helps. You know, we're playing on hard mode, so it doesn't hurt. And finally, government's concerned with promoting trade increases all tax revenue by 50%. That's going to get us those BCs to hire our leaders early on in the game. And we can't annihilate captured populations. I don't know why you ever would, unless you're role-playing that, like you're like an annihilator, you know. We want those populations. We want the planets, we want the buildings, we want the populations. We're going to mind control it all. So we have 3 points left, and we're going to take that as the +10 to spine. Yeah. And so what this is we're telepathic, we're charismatic, we're spies, we're democratic. Now, I am looking at the democracy as capitalism. The research and BC bonus, monetary bonus, I'm not looking at as we're democratic. I'm saying it's because we're capitalistic. And so I've come up with, we are not going to be playing a species. We're going to be playing a company called DeepMind LLC, limited liability company. So let's accept. And the ruler's name here is always Chut. But Chut is an acronym. It's for capitalist, humanoid, upload, telepath. So we're Chut. So essentially what happened is the species that existed before Chut took over had telepathic capabilities, and they were capitalistic indeed. And somewhere along the way, one of the more powerful corporations on their home planet wanted to find a way to advertise as effectively as possible. And thus Chut was created, which essentially allowed this company to send adverts directly into the minds of the telepathic population. Well, unfortunately, Chut kind of got so effective that it was able to take over the minds of even telepaths. And it essentially converted the entire population to serving, purchasing, being consumers as well as employees of the DeepMind LLC corporation. And the corporation took over the entire planet. The entire planet's single goal now is to make all humanoid species populations within the galaxy consumers of and employees of Chut Corporation. Anyone who can't be converted to the reasonable position of being a good employee and a good consumer, we don't need them. Chut doesn't need them. So they will be eradicated savagely. So here we go. And we're going to choose green as always, high contrast. Now, let's see. Let's call this A branch. Now, one thing is, I can already tell I don't want this start here. I may run through a couple times and find a start we want. Two things I'm looking for. I want to have decent planets. That's not bad, actually. That's 2 planets right there that are reasonably good. Neither one is low G, but I could colonize them right away. I like that, but here's what I don't like. I don't like that we're off to one side in a nebula. I'm not trying to cheat, but I want to make sure I'm set up on a game I can win. I need A branch, our main planet, to be in the middle here somewhere, or closer in. Because what this means is if we're lucky, we'll have 1 or 2 alien species that we can contact with. So I will do some restarts. I will edit it together, and we'll come back when we've got the start we want. Okay? Yeah. It's a little cheating. It's fine. Okay. I've got a really nice start. I'm not going to lie. We've got a branch. Two things. We've got a straight up low G small ocean world. Yeah. Well, it's not a Gaia world, but that's really good in this low G because we're low G. And I have a desert abundant. It's not low G, but it is a desert. So both of these planets can grow food on. This is a great starting solar system kind of for anyone. They're not big planets, but the fact that it's abundant and can grow food, and this one can grow food but is low G, makes up for the fact that it's got poor mineral content. So I like this. The other thing I was looking for our starting position is that this is, I mean, it's not in the dead center. I mean, I don't think you ever really start in the center. But yeah, look, I mean, we're pushed into the middle here, where I think we could realistically have an alien, an alien, an alien, an alien. This is about as good as I found. So I ran through like 4 or 5 of these. I'm going to take this. This is what we're playing. So that being said, let's take a look at our science first. We're going to want to make colony bases as quick as possible. Do I need to worry about feeding them? I want to make scouts. I want to reach out to alien species as quick as possible. So let's do extended. Yeah, we'll work on these two, nuclear fusion and chemistry, so that we can get the scouts. We will want the freighter fleets potentially, and we'll want to get the colony ships. So we'll start with that. Let's jump into our colony here real quick. We will start building a colony base. And I'm going to jump in. We want to look at our spies. I want to see what our spy agent ended up as. I'm not exactly sure. So you can see we have basic farmers, 2 food per farmer, totally standard. Mineral production is 3 per worker. That's standard. The only place we have that bonus, though, is with our research. Instead of 3 research, we are getting 4.5, which, yeah, 3 times 150% is 4.5. So that's why we're getting that. So I think to start with, honestly, we will pull that worker out. You always want to focus on what your species is best at. In this case, we're better at science than production. So we'll focus on that a little more to start with. Another thing to keep in mind, this is something we don't talk about very often. Every population of your species in your empire is going to produce food, production, or research. But there's a 4th thing all of them produce, and that is BC. In a standard unmodified species, every population you have, by default, produces 1 BC per turn. And so when you actually make a species that produces more BC, you're not only going to get the food, or the production, or the research. No matter where you put your populations, you're also getting extra BC. So in this case, instead of 8 BC, we are getting 12, a 50% bonus. 8 times 1.5 is 12. So that's that extra BC we wanted to start with. And then let's jump in and look at our race real quick. Spy plus 20, agent plus 10. So even though we are the capitalist democracy with the minus 10 to agents, we still end up at a plus 10 because we took telepath and we took the plus 10 to spy. So we actually have a decent agent to start with. Not great, but decent. And we're really good spies. We will need to get spies built pronto. So that's it. Let's get going. Turn. I'll stop saying that. There's our first breakthrough. Fuel tanks, nuclear missiles, standard fuel cells, titanium armor. We will jump over to our nuclear fusion, which we will get in about 6 turns. Whoa, that was fast. Okay, this is the Meklar ambassador. Do not provoke the Meklar shot. We will attack if you remain too close to territory that is rightfully ours. Meklon is right there. I can't see it. Okay, so this is good. This is turn 6. We're going to negotiate immediately. Audience for ZK-21. I am pleased to see you are well, Emperor Chut. Emperor... it should be Emperor CHUT. Emperor CZK-21 sends best wishes. Treaty. Trade treaty. DeepMind LLC goods will be welcomed in Meklar worlds. The treaty is signed. Propose another treaty. Research treaty? I am honored to accept the research treaty on behalf of the Honorable and Just Emperor CZK-21. Let's try for one more. Proposed treaty. Non-aggression pact, please. Your offer is not pleasing to Great Emperor CZK-21. Okay, goodbye. Here's the thing, though. We got the first two treaties we wanted. That's going to be more BC, more research right off the bat here, folks. Love it. And ultimately, this should move up. Their unease should move up. And once it moves off of unease, we'll go back and we'll try and get that non-aggression pact. Now, at this point, I doubt either one of us has a ship, so I think we're completely safe. Oh, they're already a little bit ahead of us? How do they do that? Population, building, fleet, tech. All right, they're ahead of us on tech. Well, nothing we can do about that. It's interesting. The Meklar don't have any... Well, it's because we're playing on hard mode? How did they get their tech up there? That's odd. I'm just... Maybe they have auto repair units already researched as part of being a cybernetic species? Right? Don't they get that automated repair on all their ships? Question? It might count as a technology in their favor. I don't know. I just don't know how they've gotten two research. There's no way they've researched two things already in 6 turns. They're not Cylons. Okay. And then we're only on turn 6 here. Where are we at with this? Ugh, yeah, we got a ways to go on the colony base. I don't have to worry about spies yet because we all have the same level of research, I think. Yeah. They're going to get... Yeah, there's nothing we have that they won't get. So we're just going to let that ride. Turn, turn, turn. Oh. Engineer 2%, research +5. Commander Gizmo offers to join you for 50 BC now and 1 BC a turn. Do you accept? Yes, we will hire. We have more than enough money to afford that. And I'll just take the +5 research. That's like a population. It's like 1 pop research. He's a ship's officer. I don't have a ship for him. What does the engineer do? Increases the restoration rate of ships by 2%. Okay. Well, we'll get him on a ship eventually, but we get the research now. So... turn. And by the way, watch our BC up here. We're at a +7 right now. You can see we went from a -4. Our research is now to a +1, and we're at a -1 of BC. Those are just going to climb. So we'll hit turn. Let's look again. We're at 2 RP now and +1 BC. And we got the breakthrough. Here's our freighter fleets. Nuclear bomb, nuclear drive. Okay. There's some good stuff to get here. I wonder if I should just go straight through it, always doing the lowest RP. For instance, I don't think we need colony ships just yet. I'm way more interested in building a scout ship and seeing what's around us and reaching other aliens than I am colonizing a planet right away. Got to be a little careful how we do this. Gosh darn. I'm debating whether I should follow my not choosing the best thing. Let's try that. I'm trying not to ever get in a rabbit hole chasing down given text for a build. I always essentially try and choose the best of the lowest RP possible is a better demonstration to people who might be learning or watching the game. So at this point, we have 2 tiers that are at 50. The electronic computer and the laser space scanner. Space scanner wouldn't be bad. Base detection range is 1 parsec. Ships in transit can be detected 1 parsec further. I'm going to go with this because we want the scanner because it lets us see further into the galaxy to meet aliens. So we're always going to be doing things that are going to improve our trade, things that are going to improve our ability to reach out and touch aliens. So, for instance, in the case of deuterium fuel cells versus titanium armor, I would go with the deuterium fuel cells because it lets our ships go further. So that's the logic in this role play. But for this tier, the scanner's our best bet. So we're going to take laser physics. And can we make a ship yet? Hold on. Yes. Hold on. So I like that colony base, but our first priority is, in fact, reaching out into the old galaxy. So I'm going to make a scout here. Oh, you can't rename scouts. Hold on. I always forget that. Design the piranha. Let's clear the piranha. And we're going to do... I want it to be something like adverts or something. So, door-to-door salesman. Oh, yeah. We'll shorten it. Door to door 1.0. This is our salesman that's going to go out and knock on all the doors trying to advertise our product, right? So we're going to do extended fuel tanks for the range. Do we do a weapon? Cost is 25. I don't know if we need a weapon. I wonder if we have a nuclear missile. 2-shot. That puts up the cost by 10. No, I don't need a weapon yet. I mean, come on, 1 nuclear missile on a scout. No, so this is just as bare boned as we can get it. Let's build the door-to-door 1.0. And we're going to switch it out here. We need that. We need a spy. We need a colony base. We need a freighter fleet. There's a lot of stuff we need to build on. So let's hit OK. That may be a little inefficient. We might have just wasted some BC, but it's okay. There's our first ship. Yeah, let's explore the galaxy here. Turn. Ooh. Pirate's cache. A pirate stash is found on one of the planets and contained 100 BC. Oh, freaking awesome. Okay. That's a low G world, but it's ultra poor, it's radiated. So it's nice that it's low G, but it's a crappy planet. All right, let's keep going. Where can we reach? Oh my. Can't reach 0. Oh, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm not going to go to Mechlon. 5, 6. Holy crud. We have a lot of planets in reach. I usually prefer going to orange, yellow, reds because they have better planets for life, I find, than like blues and whites. Okay. And what else? Do we want to do another scout? Yes, let's do another scout. We're trying to spread as quickly as possible. 6 turns. Oh gosh, that's expensive. All right. Turn. Laser cannon, laser rifle, space scanner. And then the only tech left at 50 RP is the electronic computer. We'll grab that. And here's a new leader. We do want this person. Instructor +3, labor leader +30%. That would help our production greatly. Tactics, commando. I will have the money next turn. We find gem deposits. One of the planets in the system contains extensive gem deposits and will generate +10 BC per turn once the colony's been established. I like that. That's not a bad system. We will want it. We will want Qatar. Let's head to the next star. And let's get that leader hired. Now, by the way, we don't put Commander Gizmo on that scout because that scout's is likely to find a space dragon, space crystal, space amoeba, Orion, and get destroyed because we don't have what the hell is it? Survival pod. We'll lose the leader right off. So we want the research. Just that's the only reason we have Gizmo. But let's get this other leader here, Director Rosh Icky. 3 BC a turn? Are you kidding? Ooh, God. I'm still gonna hire though. We need a leader. We'll replace her as soon as possible, but this is better than nothing. And that used up most of our BC, which is understandable. Let's go back to our colony, and you can see that our single worker is now producing 4 picks down there for production. So it's worth having Rashiki in that aspect, I think. Yeah, we'll keep our research pegged for now. We're going to have to get a balance between research and production here pretty soon, but we're going to have to go after the research lab and the autofac real soon. Let's hit return. Turn. Natives. Okay, in the Bulan system, humanoid life has already begun on the world. When you land on the planet, you integrate them into your colony. These people would make excellent farmers, obviously. Arid 9-pot poor natives. That's still worth it just for the food. Large toxic, small barren, ultra rich. Okay, this might be the system we colonize first, just for the 3 natives. It's 3 pop. I don't know if they give you BC or not. I don't think they do. Sorry, I've been a little sinus thing the last couple weeks here. Last week. We're not going to go to Mechlon, obviously. I think they'd destroy us, so we will go here. Turn. Electronic computer. Perfect. And now we're at the 80 tier. We have a few things here. We'll go for the colony ship. Yeah, we'll just work through these. We're going to get that research lab as soon as possible. We finished the scout ship. All right, and the scout ship's going to go the opposite direction, so we'll send them out here. Oh, and what are we working on here? Do we need... We don't need a spy yet. We're going to need a spy eventually. We've got 2. We don't need a freighter yet. We don't have a colony ship yet. We need colonies. We do need colonies. We arrived at the hut system. Very nice. Rich radiated. Not that great. Turn. Farming leader. Ooh. At that 10%, no. That's tough. I'm going to hire them and just stable them for now. For 1 BC, I'll eat it. Okay, Netch here has a wormhole. Yeah, let's do it. We want to find aliens. Space Hydra shit. Oh, at Raw. Okay. I thought we went through the wormhole. Well, there goes one of our scouts. Colony ships, outpost ships, transports. Awesome. We got to bear in mind, we can make outposts to reach out and get to other alien species sooner. So at this point, I want to go with... It doesn't matter which. Reinforced hull. All right. And there are natives. Well, the Space Hydra is protecting a Gaia world and a world with... Oh my gosh, that's a good system. We want that. We might try and build some cruisers just loaded with nukes and go in and... I don't know if you could take out a Hydra with nukes. Some of the space aliens have an AoE that will take out missiles and fighters. It's questionable. I'm going to leave the scout here for a turn or two to see if they can contact an alien. So I don't think it happens instantly. You've got to turn through. So we've got that. There's nothing we can build yet. I'm tempted to go for a spy here at this point. Scouts are good enough. Colony base. Oh, we need the colony base. Is it okay? Yeah, let's put them into production here. Turn. Oh, yes. I would say now that we have a leader that gives us plus 30% production, we have a little bit of an edge in production, so I'm going to try and balance between production and research more. But here's Director Valen, the rogue trader. Financial leader plus 20%. Mega wealth plus 10 BC. Yes, please. Trader plus 30%. I believe that's a bonus to our trade treaties over other species. We need this guy. He's coming in at 320. I have to reject for now, but can I? There's no real good way to get extra money. I'm at 75. We need other trade treaties to boost this up. Oh, you know what? Audience? Oh, I forgot about this. The mighty emperor of the Meklar people sends heartfelt greetings. Proposed treaty, non-aggression pact. The Meklar Empire welcomes the opportunity to enter into a non-aggression alliance with the DeepMind LLC people. Goodbye. There you go. Non-aggression pact. That means, fingers crossed, the Meklar will not attack us right off the bat. But I need to get to 320 coin as quick as possible. I'm not exactly sure how to do that. Turn. Oh, there you go. Oh, wow. That's a Cylon. I think we're going to make contact there. Please? Please? I'm not going to fight him. Why can't we make I guess the ships, is it the colonies have to be within a certain range? Question mark. Dang it. We didn't make contact. All right, we got our reinforced hull. So I see the research lab and the automated factories are both available to us. I would love to get them, but I'm going to stick to my rule. I'm going to do biosphere next. I almost never mess with hydroponic farms. Turn. I almost wonder if I should bring the scout back. Yeah. Let's bring the scout back because there's like one more planet I think is in range here. So turn. There's our biosphere. So research lab, autofac. Let's get the autofac first because it'll help with everything else. And where can we... I think this is the last star system that was within range. Turn. That's not bad. If 3 planets, asteroid belt, that eventually with artificial planets would be a 5-planet system. So I'm going to move this guy. I'm going to set him on... Which one, Bulan, I believe had the natives? Yes. I want to leave our ship there. I don't want Mechlon to get that before us. Possible. Okay. Let's hit turn. There's our BC. I think we can get our leader now. Higher. Yes. And let's see what trader does. Increases the monetary bonus of trade agreements by 30. That's 30%. Hold on. Race. It doesn't... That's a trade agreement. Turn? Oh, the Mechlar just stole from us. I don't have any spies. Ah, crap. Okay, wait, this is going to work, though. We got our colony base. Yeah, here. Let's just do this real quick. Buy out the colony base for 16 BC. Turn. We're going to do Logi Poor. Yeah, let's do Logi Poor. Yes. They're going to have to farm for right now because we don't have any freighter fleets yet. And I'll have them... They won't be able to work on the freighter fleet. I don't know what to put them on for the timing. Let's just put them on colony base. I don't want them starving yet. Or actually, you know what? They wouldn't starve, would they? No, they can't starve. But the population can still grow. That's what I want. Okay, and we finished. We need a spy immediately, pronto. So let's fuck off one of our guys to work on that. I want to make sure we get this technology here. There we go. There's our automated factory. The next thing we want is the research lab at 150. This is good. We want her as well. Spiritual leader, plus 15%. Spiritual leader is morale. That's a 50% bonus to food, BC, research, production, maybe population growth. Morale covers everything. So this is about the best kind of leader we can find. They also give us a plus 30 benefit to our diplomatic trade negotiate. I mean, they already accept all of our deals. And the famous is that's a reduction of the cost of getting better leaders. So we want them. We want her. So let's look at this real quick. I'm going to switch out the spy with the autofac. This sucks because they might steal more from us at this point. We're going to get the autofac, and then we're going to need to get the freighter fleet. Dang, this is tough. We're in a tough pickle here. And we want to save up for that leader as well. What was the cost on her? She's coming to us at 240. Hold on, I'm just watching. There we go. Let's buy that automated factory. And then the next in the queue is going to be a spy, a freighter fleet, a spy. I can't believe we've only met one alien species at this point. Turn. Oh, I still need the money for her. Gosh darn it. There we go. Alkari Ambassador, I am warning you, Chut. If the DeepMind LLC Empire, your presence is not welcome. Keep your ships out of Alkari space. Awesome. There's Altair. We need to do a couple things. I see the Mechlons have already started to spread. We are going to have an audience with... What's this guy's name? Alkari Ambassador. Emperor Saguaro Tai is pleased to send the humble Alkari Ambassador to meet you, the great Emperor Chut. Proposed treaty. Trade treaty? Although we already have all we need, we agree to a trade alliance in the spirit of charity. Awesome. Research treaty? I am honored to accept the research treaty on behalf of the Honorable and Just Emperor Saguaro Tai. And finally, non-aggression pact. The DeepMind LLC offer is found to be unacceptable. We'll get him. Turn. So where are we at here? We want to get that leader real quick before anything else. There's our research lab. And we're at the 150 tier, so there's only 2 things left. Space Academy. I'm going to go with the fusion rifle, actually, to help offset the weakness of our Marines. Because our Marines in ship-to-ship combat are very weak. Here we go. Bullrathi. Pray to whatever gods motivate you, Chut. We are coming for your ships, your planets, your people. We will see about that. Audience, please, with Uzor's representative. It honors me every time we meet, dear Chut. Proposed treaty. Trade treaty. Although we already have all we need, we agree to a trade alliance in the spirit of charity. Yes, it is charity. Research treaty. I am honored to accept the research treaty on behalf of the Honorable and Just Emperor Uzor. And finally, non-aggression pact. The DeepMind LLC offer is found to be unacceptable. Give them a few turns and they will come around. So for instance, the Alkari are already amicable. Let's try them again. Oh, no, he's too busy because we talked to them too recently. Here's the thing, we're going to start rolling now though. I know this is a long video. But let's look at a couple of things. We want to hire her. We have plenty of time left. We're going to get to 240. Turn, 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 turn. Okay, let's hire her. By hiring her, we're getting a couple things. We're going to assign her to A branch right now because that morale, that spiritual bonus, is a bonus to everything we produce. The diplomat's nice. The famous will help us get other leaders at a 120 BC discount. So we've got some good officers here right now. I honestly think we should boot this guy. I was kind of saving him for if we got the natives, but I don't want him filling up a spot we don't really have empty. So I'm booting him. We want to get the next best person. We got plenty of room in our ship's officers. So hit return. We need spies. We have no spies. We desperately need spies. We just desperately need spies. Here, let's move that back over into production. How are we doing on food here? I see that we're producing... We have 6 farmers, and we're producing 14 food. That's from that 15% morale bonus. So normally, the 6 times 2 would be 12 food, but we're getting 2 extra food. That's a really nice touch. That morale is just good across the board. Turn. There's our fusion rifle. And again, we want a fusion rifle, not fusion beam, because we have very weak Marines. I'm thinking for ship-to-ship combat, if Marines board our ships or our space stations, I'm not worried about planetary Marines, but yeah, we got to make them in parity with other Marines that might board our vessels. The last thing at the 150 RP tier is the Space Academy. We got that. Let's finish this dang spy. Yes. And then you know what we need before we need a freighter fleet is a research lab. Now we need a freighter fleet. Gosh darn it. Let's put that there. Colony base. What can they make? Can they make the freighter fleet? Yeah. And they need an automated factory and they need a research lab. All before they need a colony base. Well, they don't need a colony base. We need a damn freighter fleet. Pronto. Turn. The freighter fleet is in the queue. How soon can I buy it? Very soon. We're going to switch that off. We're going to put the auto fac in there. Remove the freighter fleet altogether. Turn. Turn. We're having starvation. There we go. There's the freighter fleet we desperately needed. Turn. There we go. So we're at +2 food. Yeah, oh, we could, there we go. We can snatch somebody out of there. So there, now that we've got that freighter fleet, it took us a really long time. But listen, we need to get our artifacts, our research labs on all of our colonies, and then I think we can hit go on this. I'd imagine we're pretty far behind right now. But it's okay, because ultimately this build should work by virtue of us making relationships and having non-aggression treaties. I'm going to wrap this up here, though. So research lab, automated factory, this looks correct. And then after they get that research lab, we're going to do spies. Let's do 2 spies. And then we'll start working on colony ships. We've explored everything we could explore. Let's jump back into our race tabs. Let's try and gain that audience with Uzor. Propose a treaty. Non-aggression pact. Emperor Uzor has agreed to your proposed non-aggression pact. The Bulrathi troops have been ordered to allow DeepMind LLC travel into our territory. Yeah. And finally, come on, Saguaro Tai. Proposed treaty, non-aggression pact. The Alkari people accept your offer of mutual non-aggression. Namaste. So of the 3 species we have reached out to, we have a non-aggression pact, a research, and a trade treaty. And you'll notice that this trade treaty is coming in higher than the research. I know they're not always the same, but I'm guessing we get that a little bit better because we have the trade, the 30 trade bonus on the leader. I assume that means 30%. I don't know, but look at this income here. That's with no tax rate. This is a, year 6.1, 48 BC a turn. We're going to maximize having those BC as much as we can. Let's look at the infograph. We haven't jumped in here yet. Population. Everyone's equal so far of the 4 races, which is half the races in the galaxy. Buildings? We are on top of that. Barely any buildings. Fleet? It's a mixed bag. The Bulrathi by far have the most superior fleet, but it's not out of control yet. Tech? They're pulling away from us. Not great. But ultimately, we're going to spy. We've got good spies. We're going to use them. Okay. Is that where we're at? I think that's a good stopping point. That was a really... Let me know if you guys prefer those 30-minute videos or hour videos. I kind of like playing for the hour, personally. It's fun. But I understand it's a lot to sit through. This is good. We haven't lost the game yet. I think we're in there. Like, this is a pretty tight little race. We need to hopefully colonize Bulan. We need another couple of spies so they're not stealing our technology. Yeah, let's see. What are we looking at here? Yeah. We'll get that research lab. And then we need a colony ship. We need a colony ship quick. Yeah. Okay. I think... Well, let's play for the hour. Let's keep going here. Hold on. Space Academy. That's all the 150. We're on to the 250 tier. So, what would be most beneficial to our company? I would say the scanner or the deuterium fuel cells. Interesting. Which scanner is going to give us the most range? Increases command points by 1. Emits signals which penetrate hyperspace. Ships within 3 parsecs can receive your orders. Okay, that's nice. Tachyon scanner. Detect enemy ships of a detection range of 3 parsecs. Ships in transit can be detected 1 parsec further. Tachyon scanners reduce missile evasion. And the battle scanner increases the ship's chance to hit. Adds 2 parsecs to the galactic scanning range. I think battle scanner would give us the most... Or do you have to equip it? I don't know if it needs to be on the ship for that to work. Or if it's a generic. I think we're going to go with the tachyon scanner. And then the deuterium fuel cell. I think both of those things will help us reach more aliens. Let's look at our money situation here. Let's get this automated factory. And let's get the research lab. Let's just finish that sucker off. Turn. Emperor Uzor thanks you for entering into such a fruitful trade treaty with the Barathi Empire. You're welcome. So yeah, we got research labs, humans in the Barathi. Oh, humans are out there. Very nice. Good to know. Good to know. Our trade treaties are getting us a lot of research. This is really working well for us. Considering we're such a small empire, we have a lot of BC and a decent amount of research. There's the spy. You know what I want after the spy, though? I do want the colony ship. So we're going to get to 2 spies. We'll make the colony ship. We need the research lab. Turn. A wealthy merchant has contributed 400 BC to the Meklar Empire. Screw them. Let's make sure we're not overpopulated. Now, we still have room to grow by 1 more. We'll start moving people off of branch 2 to branch 4 as necessary. Let's get to research lab right now. This is the nice thing about having the BCs. We can just spend it, folks. Okay. They've got room to grow. So at this point, none of that's so important. I would say they could work on a spy. We don't need another freighter fleet yet. They could work on a warship. And let's have them do the spy. Turn. Just poke in here. Let's finish the spy. Yes, please. Buying it out right at the end gives you the most bang for the buck. Ooh, Captain Gizmo advanced. He now provides 10 research. I appreciate that. And there's our colony ship. We will have that in a while. Here we go. Breakthrough on tachyon scanners. And we want the deuterium fuel cell next. So between these two, hopefully we can find more aliens to talk to. Nothing yet. Deuterium fuel cell. All right, from here, I would say Class 1 shield would be pretty important. Let's grab that. Sorry, folks. Dry throat. We're almost there on the colony ship, and let's pull this guy off of farming. No, we don't need farmers. Here's another spy. Boom. Perfect. And now let's work on a warship. They can't work on a cruiser. That's what I would really want. I don't want destroyers. I want cruisers. Oh, we could have them work on the other colony base for this world. Let's do that. They're going to work on the 3rd and final colony base for this star system. No, they're going to beat us there. That destroyer. Oh, crap. We waited too long. Turn. I can't destroy that destroyer. Environmentalist, I'm going to reject her for right now. What planet did they take? The Ultra Rich. Interesting. Oh, wow. I want this colony. Here, hold on. Uh-oh, is that another colony ship? No. No. Turn. I'm not going to fight them. The Alkari spies stow the biosphere. We need more spies. All right, here's our colony ship. Yes. Remember, I didn't care about the planet. I wanted the natives for the food production. There's our Class 1 shield. Survival pods or battle pods? I think battle pods are going to be more important. I'd love to get survival pods, but... And here we go. We're sending this colony ship in. Hopefully they won't destroy it. And what do they got here? A troop transport. That's fine. You may not attack a planet which has no colony. I don't want to attack it. Colony ship. There we go. Yes. We didn't get to name the star system. Look at that. Oh my gosh. We'll move that guy right out to make that autofac and then the research lab. And because we have a non-aggression pact, this should work. So although we don't have full control of the star system, I don't really care. Let's go in and choose our best leader here for this system. Labor, financial. Geez, should we hire the farming? Yeah, let's do that. Let's hire her for 80 and 1 BC. And then we will put her on that world to just insanely increase our food production. Buy the automated factory, sure. And what are these guys producing? Oh, no. They can't move to another job, obviously, but they're producing a total of 9 food. So 3 food each? Yeah. Okay. Hit return. Hit turn. And actually, we can send out our scouts now to other systems. Or a scout. We just have the one. Nolem, I'm warning you, Chut. Of the DeepMind LLC Empire, your presence is not welcome. Keep your ships out of Nolem's space. Awesome. Let's meet with them real quick. Audience. Fortis. Proposed treaty. Trade treaty. We will supply the DeepMind LLC Empire with goods equal in value to the goods you offer us. Research treaty. There is wisdom in your words, Emperor Chut. We accept the research treaty. And finally, non-aggression pact. Such an arrangement is unthinkable, Emperor Chut. We'll get you. There you go, folks. We have some spies. We need more. What else do we got here? One more spies in the queue. Colony-based research lab. I think that's where we'll end it for now. We will pursue some spy technology as soon as we can on our next game. And I'm hoping they don't take over our planet. I hope that's not what they're trying to do here. And yeah, we'll spread out. We'll make contact. We may use some outposts, potentially. What is a colony ship? 500 to produce, and an outpost ship is 100. So it's pretty cheap to make a colony base. It would get us out there. I can see putting one on Qatar, one on Netch, one on Phantos. Yeah. Okay. If you watched, thank you so much. Take care.